welcome to another video. So this video is going to talk about the codes and conventions of the drama, or indeed anything that can be considered a series in respect to single camera productions. Okay, so the purpose of a series or a drama is usually to entertain, to provide escapism, so the gratification of escapism. Please look at my videos on audience theory for some more detail on the gratifications. A series will usually be episodic, so there will be a specific number of episodes per season or per series, usually about 5, perhaps up to 22 in a closed series, which may well be used in America or referred to as a season. A broadcasting hour is usually 42 minutes, a broadcasting half hour is usually 24 minutes, to allow for advert breaks. Although this has been blurred a little bit recently due to streaming services who obviously don't have to have an advert break, and as such, an episode that is considered to be an hour is usually 60 minutes, or perhaps even longer. Each episode will probably end on a cliffhanger. If the episode has parts, as in it does have an advert break, perhaps even the end of each part will have a cliffhanger. And especially the end of the season, the finale, that will certainly have a cliffhanger that will take the audience into the hiatus, which is the name referred to as the gap in between one season and the next. That hiatus and the cliffhanger of a series of Enigma code heavy questions will hopefully keep the audience entertained while they wait for the show to come back. And those cliffhangers will hopefully be discussed on social media, on message forums, in YouTube videos, in order to continue the hype through the down season. They will often use non-linear narratives that will allow for more depth for the character's past. Perhaps we don't find everything about that character out straight away. Perhaps we learn certain things about him or her as the show progresses. As a result, we might often see flashbacks to things that that character may well have experienced prior to episode 1. There may even be some flash forwards to events that the character hasn't yet experienced that us, the audience, get to see, and that unto itself will also create Enigma codes as well. Getting to know the character in this way will provide personal identity, another gratification that you should be talking about in respect to a drama or series. And these non-linear narratives will be applicable for educated ABC One audience members who, as we've said, have an education and can understand ABC One audience members, can understand Enigma codes. And ABC One audience members will often crave Enigma codes into themselves, and they will seek out questions, or rather they will try and answer the questions themselves, and they will get a sense of reward and achievement if they predict the outcome of that Enigma code correctly. For example, they might work out who done it, or who was behind a particular plot point, or maybe they might predict something that comes up later on in the series, and they will perhaps nudge the person they're watching the show with and say, see, I told you that was going to happen, I'm clever. Okay, so that will be something that ABC One audience members will crave and understand: Enigma codes and subverted non-linear narrative devices. With the advent of streaming, many series are available in their entirety in order to allow binge viewing and time shifting, rather than being a slave to the TV schedule where you have to watch certain shows at particular points. Say, for example, 8 o'clock on BBC One. Instead, you can watch it at 2 o'clock in the morning on the iPlayer. Okay. Not only that, you can watch 3 and 4 and 5 episodes at a time should you want to binge an entire season. As such, Netflix have gotten into the habit of dumping the entire season in one go. Good for binge viewing, but not so good for those who want to consume things one episode at a time, perhaps in a more traditional manner, because then you will see spoilers on social media, for example. Or indeed, if you watch the entire show in a week, you've then got 51 weeks to wait until the show returns. So those hiatuses are much longer. TV shows, television shows, dramas, series will have lower budgets than Hollywood productions, but will have significantly larger budgets when in comparison to perhaps a traditional serial, such as a soap opera, or perhaps a game show, or some reality TV shows. Indeed, they will have star power, perhaps again relative to the television industry, rather than having massive A-listers who perhaps may well be present in Hollywood blockbusters. Having said that, there will still be star power relative to the television industry. For example, things like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and perhaps The Mandalorian, okay? We'll perhaps still have a little bit of deviation when it comes to genres, but there will be common genres that are used often. For example, fantasy, superhero, supernatural, and of late, perhaps in respect to Netflix and Amazon Prime in particular, crime-driven, serial killer-driven, money laundering-driven narratives, okay? And as such, some of those narratives may well be anti-realist in nature, especially those that focus on superheroes and supernatural. Perhaps some element of fantasy, Game of Thrones, for example, American Horror Story. And then as such also might feature realist narratives. For example, again, Breaking Bad. Single camera productions to focus on in this respect, shot, reverse shot, the 180-degree rule, because there will be a lot of characters who will interact. And as a result of that, there will be some dialogue sequences where the shot, reverse shot, the over-the-shoulder shot, and the 180-degree rule will need to be adhered to. Okay, so just a quick video, conventions of the drama series. Please use the Google site for more detail, and please see my corresponding video on the serial/soap opera video, where a number of these conventions will be in contrast in the soap. Okay, thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Please like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you hopefully in the next video.